Hello everybody, Kaius23 here, and welcome to Prison Architect. I'm gonna do a one-off video on this, just because I've been playing around with the sandbox mode, and this game is amazingly fun. The devs are pretty active, as you can see from over here. I mean, this hasn't been updated, but I just saw the commercial for the PS4 announcement for this game. Freaking hilarious. I don't have a PS4 and Xbox One, that's why you aren't seeing any of those things. I also don't have a Delgado capture card or whatever. Let's just see the All Day and Night DLC pack containing 8 wardens, 8 starting plots, and 8 prisons worth $9.99 for free. Now in this game we already get the wardens. The starting plots we can just download from the Steam Workshop. And same thing with the prisons. That's why I like the PC so much better for like mod support and stuff. It's so much easier with Steam. Anyways, I'm gonna start the campaign. I just basically started out to make sure it would run. Here we go. Introversion software. Graphics are pretty simplified, but it works for the game. That's what's odd. Yeah, it's really cool how you actually build all this stuff. Like, if people really like the way I do this one, I might either A, continue with the campaign, or B, just go on to building a sandbox mode prison. I'll admit, I am terrible at building prisons. I can only get the low-level prisoners, and even then they start the riot. Well, not riot per se, but like they're bad. But yeah, this is a basic prison, like one of the most basics. Hi, Mr. CEO. This is a tough one. There's a prisoner incarcerated at this facility who's been convicted of a double murder and sentenced to death. See, now in the real world that wouldn't happen. That's where we come in. We've been contracted to construct an execution chamber in time for the guy's big day. And I'm also terrible at voices, I do apologize. This is where I want the new facility to be built. The first step with any project like this is to construct the building itself, with enough space inside to fit an execution room and a holding cell. So let's get started. Construct a new building here. We also need an entrance to the new execution facility. Build a large jail door in the south wall. We're gonna make it out of bricks. I actually prefer the brick. And we want the jail sword there. Yes, Mr. CEO. Your workmen are responsible for the construction of buildings. They'll collect the steel and concrete from the storeroom and take it to the construction site. Not always, sometimes it just randomly appears while they're building, which is annoying. They'll use those raw materials to build the foundations and framework of your new building. This is the slowest part of construction, so you should plan ahead when building new facilities. While we wait, take a look around. Use the WASD or the arrow keys to move around, and use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. Now, real quick, I don't know how much this is going to mess up, but down in this lower right hand corner here, I have that stupid scene requires a special product key thing. Stupid me, forgot to get rid of it before starting, and I really don't feel like starting this over, so bam, 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 there we go. Hopefully that didn't mess up the recording. And another thing you can do, speed up time. There we go. Ding ding. Inside the building I want a cell and execution room. Partition the space by constructing some brick walls. Hop two, hop two, hop two. See now in the game, they aren't allowed to open those. They're not allowed to open those. They have to wait for a guard to come over and he opens it for them. Bullcrap campaign. Now add large gel doors to those dividing walls. You can, you can rotate objects before placing by clicking the middle mouse button or press R. Sometimes it does that on me nowadays. I'll press R, or I'll go to click on the object and it will, like, click on something else. Day 17 is up to $615,000? Jeez. I wish I was that lucky. But yeah, you have to have deliveries, a garbage, and then usually once you get like a workshop going, you have an export here and you can make some money by making license plates. Yeah, unlimited power. Sweet. Ooh, high risk. Ding ding. Need more cowbell. That's looking good. We now need to designate rooms within those spaces. Designate a cell in a small area where a condemned inmate will live. Then, designate the execution room itself in the larger area. Those new rooms have requirements before they become functional. The cell needs a bed and a toilet. The execution room requires the electric chair. Bed. Electric chair. Toilet. Speed it up. The heck is this? It's an office for nothing. And another office for nothing. Huh. Interesting. I thought the bed was installed. Oh. Clicked on bed. That was my fault. Oh, now we have a bunk bed to put in storage. See, he doesn't even get to leave. Can't even click on him. It is now time for lockup. Ding! There we go. That's the essentials taken care of. But there are still a few improvements you can make. It's up to you, though. These aren't strictly required. It depends on how much you care about your prisoners and their environment. The cell itself could be improved with an outward-facing window and a small bookshelf. And the facility would look better with a higher quality floor material, like wooden floorboards or mosaic tiles. Outside, you could add some lighting and a paved pathway if you think it needs it. This is the man in question. Edward Ramsey. A teacher once, would you believe? It's not our place to decide if he deserves this. The law has made that decision. We're just here to do a job. Once you are satisfied with the facilities ready, you can begin the prison transfer to his new cell. Simply click on the Polaroid in his cell to initiate the transfer. Now, this is going to bother me, because it's something I want to do. Gonna make the room look pretty. I feel pretty. What? There we go. Let's begin with the transfer while they're doing that. The chief. Here we go. Don't shed one tear for this guy. He's a stone-cold killer, guilty as charged. I'm bad. I'm just gonna read these in my normal voice since I can't do voices. He even confessed. Want to hear his description of what he did? It's juicy stuff. It was around 11 p.m. Lights were already on. I knew she was home. Ooh, I want to be able to build some of that stuff. Well then. I knew I'd catch you two here. Edward! Don't. Just... don't. What are you going to do? Well, this game just got really dark. Well then. I can't really blame him. Well, I mean, killing is never the right option, just... Women, don't cheat on a man. If you don't love him, leave him. Simple as that. Clear as day, if you ask me. Deserves every vote he's gonna get. All men deserve forgiveness, even him. Are you showing yourself that you can deal out such final judgment? Got your dear wife with another man is no excuse for what he did. No. I mean, my ex cheated on me, but won't go into details. Would never kill her, but it hurt. It hurt like hell. And he went there with a loaded gun, knowing he'd find them together. That's double premeditated murder. He's done nothing but cooperate with the authorities. This state is making an example of him. If he committed his crime 100 miles north, he'd be looking at life imprisonment instead. How is that justice? Do you want a guy like this run free? I'll sleep just fine at night knowing when I know he's gone. Good work so far. However, there's one problem. The execution room isn't functioning yet, because it doesn't have any power. No! We need to connect it to the electrical supply. Yeah, for some reason, utilities mode, my computer tends to poop out on me. We are now viewing the prison utilities mode, which shows us the electrical wiring layout for the entire prison. Each building in the prison connected to the power grid by these thick underground electrical cables. Yeah, this is the only part that really poops out at me. I don't get it. Power is provided by the prison by the substation, which draws electricity from the national grid. See now, earlier those were lit up. As you can see, this entire wing of prison cells is without power. All the lights are out. To fix this problem, we first need to switch into utilities mode to understand why the lights are without power. Whew. A lot to read. The nearest electric cables are too far away. Our engineers can't complete the wiring for this area. Extend the electric cables nearby to cover this wing of the prison. Just because I know that it has to come up anyways, so... There. See, when were they allowed to do that? They're not allowed to do that in Sandbox. I already explained it. I already explained why. It's just annoying and stupid. That's something new they've added too, is you control left click and it will increase the speed and stuff. Lights aren't the only thing that needs power. Your new electrical chair does too. Use the power cables to connect the execution facility to the power grid. The electric chair itself is a special type of electrical item. It requires its own dedicated power line. You need to connect it up directly with the main cables. Heh, way ahead of you. We are almost done, I think. We should test the new execution room out at least once before we try to use it, though. I'm just going to turn it on for a few seconds, make sure everything is okay. Kerchunk. And everything goes out. All that didn't work. Looks like it drew too much power. And it tripped the circuit breaker in the power station. The whole prison is dark. We're going to need more juice before we're able to handle the power spike the electric chair generates. First, we need to turn the power back on. This is a two-step process. Switch the power station back on by clicking on it and selecting Switch On the power menu that appears. Or the menu appears. Then build 3 more capacitors so we have enough power capacity to handle the electric chair. Once you've done that, test the electric chair again by clicking on it and selecting Switch On in the menu. Yeah, you can literally just surround this thing with capacitors, including these corners. I don't know if, like, having a row one out does anything. I always just do one circle around the power station and it works just fine. 1, 2, and where's number 3? Number 3. Well done. I believe we are finished with this job. What happens now is out of our hands. We did a professional job, and that's important in our business. Try not to worry about what happens next. I love how everything is built from in-game assets. For the most part. These aren't in-game. Jesus isn't in-game. That's just a player model. Can I help you? Oh, I gotta click it. Are you looking for forgiveness? I don't know. I have to do something. I can't live with the things I've done. You have to turn yourself in. Whatever you've done, you cannot evade the consequences. You'll never be able to live with yourself until you face up to your past. I want to go back. I want to forgive her. I want her to forgive me. God will forgive you, no matter what you have done, if you ask Him to. But you must answer for your crimes in the eyes of the law. There is no other way. See? If you've done something, you better turn yourself in. There's no hiding from it. It is time, Edward. You have done the right thing, even though this world will not forgive you for it. You will be with God soon, and He will have the final judgment on you. I don't think the electric chair is even a thing anymore. I think it's only, like, reserved for the worst of the worst people. I think it's more lethal injection now. A lot less painful. And it usually works. I think it has a more success rate than a electric chair. Yeesh. Oh, complete with black hood and everything. That is the face of someone having done some stuff there. Holy cow. Edward Ramsey, you have been found guilty of 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree. Edward Ramsey. That's not an A, it's O. Ramsey. The penalty is death. Do you have anything to say? No? Susan. I'm sorry. Ka-chunk. And he's dead. It's kind of sad. It's dark and sad. Jeez. Chapter 2. Pal something. Hi. There's a crisis brewing at one of our other facilities. Oh, the fire is making it lag. Oh, poopy. Someone started a fire in the prison kitchen. Priority is to put it out, stop any casualties, and prevent more damage. Use the emergency service button 2 to call the fire brigade. Get this fire under control before it burns the whole prison down. Okay, I'm going to move away from that. Oh, okay. I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Prison Break. Like I said, if you... Wow. Okay. Like I said, if you'd like to see more, just let me know in the comments section. Just let me know with the views. I'd be happy to do more either campaign or sandbox mode. Just show off some of the stuff that I know how to do. Or show off the campaign just for the continued story. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.